Hey guys, so we are doing a get ready with me today. So for those of you that are new to my channel, with my get ready with me's, I just list all the products that I use down below in the description box. So check down there if you're curious about anything that I am putting on my face. Normally when I do these, I try to have like some kind of topic in mind, but I think today is just going to be like stream of consciousness. So yeah. So what is on my mind right now? So Stella is starting school in I really need a new one of these. Like I am like scraping my Cover FX custom cover drops. I always blend like a drop of this with my SPF moisturizer primer from Paula's Choice. And like I am out and I'm trying really hard not to buy this because we're getting kind of close to Sephora, friends and family, and VIB, and I would really like to save 20% because I think these are like $48 or something, maybe 44, I don't know, but 40 something, and they're kind of expensive, and if I can save 20%, I'd like to save 20%. Anyway, I need that because I need it to adjust the tone of this. This is very beige to start with, so I need to add a little bit more yellow to it. So that's what those drops are for. Anyway, speaking of Sephora VIB, I am already kind of in like saving mode. You're probably not going to see a bunch of hauls coming up for me here soon, anytime soon, because I'm trying to save all of like my spending money for the most part for the sale. I kind of do this every time a VIB sale comes around or an Ulta 20% off. Although the Ulta 20% off is a little bit more random and you just don't know when to expect that one. But I try to like have like a budget set up for it. So, and I go a little bit hog wild on holiday sets. So anyway, probably not going to be buying a bunch of stuff anytime soon if I can wait. I am planning on getting the Urban Decay new Naked Basics Matte palette that's coming out. I don't remember the name of it, but I am planning on getting that one when it's released, and I am planning on getting my hands on the new LORAC Pro 3 Mega. That's coming out because I love the colors that are in there. I didn't get the one last year because it just didn't appeal to me in terms of like colors, but this year's I'm totally into it. So anyway, I am looking forward to, this always gets under my nails. I need to cut my nails again. I'm really looking forward to that palette and just seeing what comes out during the holiday time. Although you have to kind of be careful with holiday palettes because a lot of them are, and I get a lot of shit when I say this, but like a lot of the stuff is manufactured in China, which is fine in some cases, but in a lot of cases it's cheaper to farm it out to over there, and so they're just, the products tend to be much more mass produced because during the holidays they expect to sell a lot of holiday sets, and you obviously make more profit on something if you have cheaper manufacturing, and you know, sometimes the formula suffers as a result of that, which is I think what happened with the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. Which, by the way, like, finally, like, the views on that video are starting to, like, calm down a little bit, which I'm actually a little bit relieved on, because for a while there, I was getting people that were, like, leaving me death threats about not liking the eyeshadow palette. It was honestly, like, I just got way too much of that on here. It was like disturbing. I still have the comments like disabled on that right now because I just don't want to like see that kind of shit. Like, I didn't like the eyeshadow palette. I'm not saying that I'm going to come over to your house and kill your puppy. Like, Man, some of the responses to that were nuts. Anyway, guess I need some product there. So yeah, I'm getting excited. I have kind of a preliminary list of things going that I need to buy just backups of. And then I'm going to wait and see what comes out for the holiday. I follow Trend Mood on Instagram, as everybody does. And I'm going to say a lot because when I'm getting ready, I'm a little bit distracted, so it's a force of habit. I'm sorry. But I follow Trend Mood, and they have released a lot of sneak peeks. And there's a lot of things that look really interesting to me. So there's some things from Tarte that I'm curious about. Again, you have to kind of be selective. The Tarte palette that I ended up getting last year, I returned because the quality of it honestly wasn't great at all. And it was one of those instances where it was manufactured in China, and it wasn't the same eyeshadow quality, it wasn't the same blush quality, and that was disappointing because there are some pretty colors in the set. So anyway. So today I don't really have much going on. I have to go to the bank to put in a check from a last minute client that booked me for September. So her flowers are going to be really basic. Very pretty, but very, very simple. She's very sweet. I always feel bad for people that are on a super tight budget because when I was planning my wedding, like, we didn't really have a ton of money, nor did we necessarily want to spend a ton of money on our wedding because we had a mortgage by that point already, and there were just other things that we wanted to do. So our budget for our entire wedding, I think, was somewhere around $15,000 or $16,000, which is like nothing compared to other weddings in the city that we live in. So it was tough to do that. So when clients come to me and they're like, look, I really don't have much of a budget at all, I'm always like, I know what that's like. It's not very smart of me to like get that emotionally attached in terms of like business, because I'm here to make a living doing this. You know, by the way, I'm a wedding florist, so I can't just, like reduce costs for everybody. But I mean, sometimes I feel good about giving people a break if I really think that, like, they need some help. So anyway, so she just kind of booked me last minute. People book me like a year out. And when someone comes to me like a month before their wedding, I'm like, what have you been doing for the last year? But they were supposed to get married next year and then had to change their date. So that was their situation. Anyway, so I have to go put her check in, and then I have to go and buy some mozzarella cheese. I'm making one of those crock pot lasagna things today. I've made one time before, and it was pretty good. It was a little bit watery, and I'm not sure why that happened, so I have to figure that out so it doesn't have quite as much liquid in it this go around, if that makes sense. So I'll have to play around with that. Today's September 1st. I'm recording this for next week, so it is the beginning of September, and I couldn't be happier. I actually switched out all my decor yesterday. Stella was so excited. She was like, yay, it's almost Halloween. I think that's her favorite holiday so far. She loves to get dressed up. So anyway, what can I update you guys on that I normally talk about in these videos? So Stella starts school. She starts school on the 19th, and she's doing pre-kindergarten this year. She did preschool last year and pre-kindergarten this year. And she is with the same teacher that she had last year, and she actually had that same teacher all summer for summer camp. She's just the nicest lady, and man, is she patient. I'm always like, I feel like I should pay you more, lady, to take my kid on, because she's so just sweet to Stella and has taught her so much. So I love her teacher so much. I'm going to be sad when we have to move on to kindergarten and we have to leave her. But, hopefully Stella's kindergarten teacher is just as good. but Stella's really excited about starting school again. She does really well when she's on like a very strict schedule, which is why this summer camp thing was awesome, because she knew like she would wake up every day, she would have breakfast, she would get dressed, and I'd drop her off at camp. And she lived for that. Then she'd come home, we'd, you know, spend some time together, and then she'd have some quiet time, and then we would go to the gym. She goes to the daycare at the gym, and she would spend a good hour and a half to 2 hours at the gym as well at night. So she definitely had a very scheduled summer, and she really, really liked that. So it'll be good to get her back on like a school schedule as well. Speaking of the gym, I have completely changed up my routine in the last couple months and have been really like happy with my results. I'm focusing a lot more on weight training than cardio, because I thought I'd try the weight training just to see if it would make a difference, and I think my body just responds more to that than like just doing cardio or doing more cardio than weights. So now I'm doing about 75% weight training and about 25% cardio. And it's crazy because I never thought I would be into the weight training, but I really like it because I honestly like my body is starting to look so much different than it ever did when I was just doing cardio. The cardio just would never like firm or tone me up the way that the weight training has. So I still have a ways to go. I kind of have like a goal for Christmas, and then I have a goal for next summer. So next summer is actually this is crazy, but it's my 20-year high school reunion. And not that like I have any like, oh my God, I have to look a certain way. But I think it'd be nice to like be the same size and firmness that I was in high school, because that was a good time for my body. It kind of did everything that I wanted it to, which is great. So, I mean, I don't think I'll look exactly like I did in high school, because I've had a baby and your body just naturally changes, but it'd be nice to feel really good about the way that I look. So anyway, so I have a goal for Christmas, and then I have a goal for next summer. And next summer, I kind of hope to be at the like size, I guess, that I want to like maintain going forward. Is this it? Yeah, I love this blush. I'm gonna stop using this soon because we're going into fall, and I'm gonna be switching up my makeup quite a bit. So I'm gonna use Flower Child today and just kind of get a few more days out of this. Not that I can't wear this in the fall. It's actually a pretty good year-round neutral shade, but I want to get into more plums and stuff like that. So anyway, so gym life is going really good. I am going 6 days a week. I take 1 day a week off. That sounds extreme, but I'm the type of person where I'm like all or nothing. Like I either like am doing this or I'm not doing it. I don't do well with moderation, I guess you could say. I really, in every aspect of my life, tend to be like an all or nothing personality, like with my business, with like, you know, things having to do with Stella, my relationships, like it's just this all or nothing, like we're doing this or we're not doing this. And I have committed to the gym thing. I go 6 days a week and I really like it. I like the schedule. I'm usually there for about an hour and 20 minutes to like an hour and a half. And I have my routine, and the routine really works for me. I'm actually getting ready to in October to like change the routine a little bit, because I can tell that my body is starting to get used to what I'm doing, because I've been doing it for a few months now. So in October, I'm going to start lifting much, much heavier weights and do less reps, if that makes sense. Just to kind of change it up and see if my body progresses a little bit faster that way. So, but I'm giving myself one more month of doing it the way that I have been, because it has been working really well, but I definitely can tell that things are starting to like plateau just a little bit. So, I could totally switch it up now, but I don't know. I'm kind of happy with the way that it is right now. And I feel like October will be a good transition time. So, what do I want? I want a blending brush, this one. All right, so a lot of you have said that you have liked my eye look in recent videos, and I feel bad, like, not doing like an official tutorial on it, but like it would be pointless because a lot of you guys can't get this. This was a free gift with one of my Paula's Choice orders, and it's just this really great, like, tiny little palette. Like, these eyeshadows are so small. So I'm going to use this today, but I'm going to try to find some alternatives in some of my more like popular or regularly available palettes, and maybe list those down below. But if you were able to get this from Paula's Choice with one of your orders recently, it's a great little palette. Like, I mean, the pigmentation on this is amazing. I'm just going to do something really super light today. I'm going to use the Cafe au Lait shade in my crease. And that's, I think, mostly going to be it. I might put the cream shade on my lid and call it a day. But the pigmentation is, it's not like fabulous, but it's good enough for every day where you can just kind of slap it on and go, and you don't have to worry too much about like the blending. So I really like that. I got a 40% off coupon sent to me from Bath & Body Works today, and it's going to be really hard for me to avoid the temptation for that. Trying hard to like burn up a lot of the candles that I have in my collection. If you're new to my channel, I'm obsessed with home fragrance. Like, it's an obsession. But I have so many fall and winter candles still from last year because I kind of went nuts. So I need to not buy in bulk this year the way that I used to. But there's a couple of fragrances that I really enjoy. And by the way, my White Barn my Bath & Body Works is in the process of going like through a remodel where they're incorporating a White Barn into it. So there will be a White Barn with a Bath & Body Works. I don't shop at Bath & Body Works unless it's for candles. I can't use the body care because my skin just doesn't react well to it. So I just go for the home fragrance stuff anymore these days. And even at that, I don't go in nearly as often as I used to, just because I still have so much. I did so good going through my spring and summer collection. Really didn't buy very much at all. And I focused a lot more on doing the Swan Creek candles because they were great in terms of burn. Like, they're soy. I like soy candles, and they did really, really well. So they did come out with some fall and winter scents, so I'd like to try some of their candles. So I just need to leave room to be able to try that stuff to be able to review for you guys. But I do have some Bath & Body Works candles that I recently purchased that I'm going to be doing reviews on over the next couple weeks. I think you will have already, by the time that this goes up, have seen my review of the pumpkin spice. So I'll list that down below. It's not a dupe for the nutmeg and spice if you really like that one, but it's the closest that Bath & Body Works has ever come out with. So I'll take it. It's pretty dang close. Do I not have anything that is sharpened right now? Yeah, this one's a little bit sharper. I'm just going to put on a little bit of liner, and then I got to get these brows done. Look at these brows, you guys. They're so sad. Like, I keep losing. So at this point with my brows, like, my brow hairs just fall out towards the end. I'm not even plucking them. It's really kind of sad. I think that it has to do with, like, the hormonal, like, perimenopause stuff that I'm going through. By the way, I had that confirmed with my doctor. I went for an appointment, and, you know, I kind of talked to her about all of the symptoms and stuff, and she was like, well, you know, technically 37 is a little bit young to start it, but because you have the genetic component of, like, your grandmother and your mother going through it really early, she was like, it sounds like that this is what is going on. So I had a bunch of blood tests done, and, you know, it definitely, that is what is happening to my body. Like, it's getting ready for menopause, which I don't know how I feel about that. There's nothing I can do to stop it. She was like, I can get you on, like, some birth control pills, and we can try to, like, work on some of, like, the hormonal fluctuations that way. Totally up to you. And I don't know that I'm, like, ready to go back on birth control pills at this point in my life, because I haven't been on them for so long at this point. I don't need them for birth control. After we had Stella, Craig had a vasectomy, like, 6 weeks after, per my request, not his. So, like, I don't need birth control, but I don't know how I feel about, like, introducing, like, extra hormones, even if they are meant to, like, balance everything in there. So, I don't know. Sorry, I know that I'm in the way of the camera right now, but I can't do this without getting in the way and having it look somewhat decent. Oh, and I'm doing a really bad job. I have no idea how long I've been talking. I don't even know if my camera's gonna, like, turn off here in a second. It might. I have so much housework to do today. I really do have to get going on running my errands and then coming back and tidying up. I've kind of been half-assing my housework for the last couple of months here. Usually during the summer, I'm not, like, quite as on top of it as I am the rest of the year, because I'm just busier in the summer with work. But I'm kind of a neat freak, so it bothers me. But I don't do anything about it because I'm just a little bit too busy to, like, actually do something about it. But I think about it all the time. I'm like, what is going on here? This is, like, my house is very, like, surface clean during the summer months. Like, I make it look tidy enough so if people come over, they're not like, what is going on here? But deep cleaning is something that I really kind of slack at. Okay. I don't know why I'm being so picky about this right now, because it doesn't really matter. Totally doesn't matter. Okay, good enough. All right, let's put on some brows really quickly. I think I'm just going to show you guys one brow going on, and then I'm going to finish off camera and show you guys the finished look here. But I just take the Amazonian Volumizing Clay Brow Powder in the color gray, because I have gray hair. And I use that to just fill in my brows. I follow what is left of my natural brow hairline, which isn't much. I am thinking about trying the microblading. The only thing that makes me hesitant about it is that it does need to be touched up after a few years, and it is kind of a chunk of change, because you should go to someone who, like, is good at this. I'm not getting a face tattoo from someone who just graduated from microblading school. There is no microblading school. But, you know, someone who just got done, like, with their training program or whatever. I want someone who has experience, and I would obviously be willing to pay that person because it's a tattoo on your face. It's not like, you know, something on your ass cheek that you can cover up. Like, it's gonna be there for a while. It'll fade over time. But, yeah, I'm so tired of having to do this part every single day because I have to do this part every single day. I feel like I look like a nut job without my eyebrows. So I think I'm going to start looking into it. I don't know. So there you have it. Brow, no brow. Big difference, right? Anyway, I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup and then come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay, back to show you guys the finished look. Reality of the situation is that it is now 2 hours after I actually finished recording the get ready with me portion because I think today is the day that my camera is finally deciding to take a dump. Of course, why not? Anyway, I did want to film just a quick outro, so I had to recharge the battery for the last 2 hours. I'm going to have to go to Costco and see if I can find another point and shoot because I refuse to spend a small fortune on a camera for YouTube. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And my camcorder that I have, by the way, the quality really is not great. So I like to use that one for like candle reviews and some certain things, but not everything. So anyway, here is the finished eye look, face look. Again, everything I used on my face is listed and linked down below for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you for your patience. And if you stay tuned until the very end, I give you mad props because I'm sure this video is way longer than what it needs to be. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.